T-Mobile Arena reserves June 10th for Mayweather McGregor. Good.
Yes.
Good googly moogly.
It's fucking happening.
How is that going to happen?
What do you mean?
How you think the UFC and Mayweather come to an agreement?
Yes, that's what's happening.
And
Because
Conor comes to an
T-Mobile in
agreement?
Vegas is in cahoots with the UFC. I guarantee UFC's involved.
But the report, who knows who made that report?
Pretty legit.
You might
I
have
bet.
did it on the way over here.
I might have. I might have. I think it's gonna happen, man.
Wow, you really think so?
I really do. And you're asking me commentating it, so let's just figure this out now. You want to talk
June
logistics?
10th.
What are you doing June 10th? Probably companion with me.
Man. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, if you're not commentating, we need to do a giant companion for it and fucking
that would
celebrate the shit out of it.
I would prefer that, honestly.
June 10th.
June 10th.
It's about to get real.
Not if my man Mayweather throws you that TMT money.
I don't think they really care about me commentating. They'd probably want Max Kellerman or the boxing people
Bro,
to do it.
Max Kellerman and you,
It would be fun. I would love to do it with them. But
that's
it's
the attitude.
It's a boxing match. You know, that's their world.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was an
They don't
MMA
know
match
Conor, though.
and he was sitting down next to me doing commentary, you know, I think that would be a little odd too.
Not if Floyd was just doing boxing in the octagon. You know what I'm saying?
You think it'd be in an octagon?
Well, no. I'm saying if the roles were reversed.
Oh,
like I think
right.
you could talk about moving Conor's history because they're not going to know shit. Let's be real.
Right.
They're going to be like Shan Sharp talking about UFC. It's tough
Right.
to listen to. It's going to be good to have someone who's knowledgeable break down like Conor's history, how he came here, how he got his movement, what he's known for. I think that's super important. You have to have
For
a guy
people who
with
don't
UFC
watch
knowledge.
UFC.
Yeah, because you're getting a shitload of new boxing.
You know what sounds
fans
better?
Tune in.
Hanging out with you guys, smoking weed, watching it right here. That sounds so much better.
I just want my dear friend Joe Rogan part of the biggest fight of combat in history.
I'm good. I'd like
It'd
to
be
sit
a big deal.
right here.
You're crazy. You don't think that's the biggest fight in history?
I'll
Is
live
it? You think it's the
tweet it.
biggest fight in history? Bigger than
Yeah.
Ali,
Yeah.
Frazier?
Yes, number-wise, yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest
Yeah.
fight ever.
Biggest pay-per-view ever.
Because it brings in two worlds. It brings in the UFC world, and there's one guy who's unquestionably the biggest star in the UFC, unquestionably by a long shot. And then you bring in a guy who has been one of the biggest moneymakers in the history of boxing.
Change the game.
The only guy to go 49-0 other than Rocky Marciano. I mean, he's like right there, and we'd love to break Rocky Marciano's record. And then, you know what, man? When people want to do things like break someone's record, and you want to do it so bad that you take on a guy who's never had a boxing match before, and then that guy starches you.
It'd be so sick.
It'd be
so sick.
I mean, it's not
If
like
he does that, I'm going to build
What
a
if he
shrine
did
to
it?
him and pray to it every day.
There's something
I might
about
get a
that
tattoo
dude,
on my
man.
neck.
I'm telling you, there's something about that dude. He's got something going on.
Magic.
He's got a little something extra special, but he would need everything to line up. It would have to be the McGregor or Mayweather would have to dismiss him as a threat. He'd have to not train hard enough. He'd have to not seriously consider the possibility that Conor connects on him and knocks him out.
Right.
And then Conor would have to do some roughhousing. He would have to hold him in the
get
clinch.
nasty, yeah.
He'd have to hold him and hit him. He'd have to try to get off as many shots and bully him around and wear him out.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. He's a much
It would be
bigger man.
nuts.
He's a much
Quick,
bigger
too,
man.
for how big he is.
Yeah.
Very, very quick.
But if you compare the two of them frame-wise, like what if they ever do it and they're standing right at each other, looking down at each other, doing eye to eye, you're going to go, oh, shit.
yeah, Conor's way bigger.
Because you remember when Eddie Alvarez was going eye to eye with Conor and you realize how big Conor's head is? You're like, Jesus
just
Christ.
overall, just a bigger dude.
He's
From shoulders, his legs.
He's a big fuck. I mean, he can make that 145-pound cut when he's on death's door. But Mayweather makes it easy.
What are they going to fight at? 45?
That's a good question.
No.
Mayweather was fighting at 154 his
Yeah,
last
54.
few fights.
Wow.
So I bet they do it like 55, 60 maybe.
Maybe. Depends
Who
on
knows?
what Mayweather's comfortable with.
But I think in Dana White, you want to be part of that fight. If you're Dana White, you want to be in cahoots with all these guys, with Mayweather, Floyd,
or
and Conor.
you don't want the fight to take place at all. And look, he got
man.
fucked because Nurmagomedov got sick making that weight. If Nurmagomedov didn't get sick making that weight, then
Who
Nurmagomedov
got
and
fucked?
Tony Ferguson, Dana White did.
Oh, okay.
They're like the
I thought you were
UFC
saying Conor did.
No, the UFC did. Because look, the real fight is the winner of Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov
In the UFC.
right? So that's the real fight, as like being a big challenge for Conor, and that could be $1 million+ pay-per-view.
As a
buys.
purist,
right?
ooh.
Especially if you either have that fight or the better fight financially is another fight with Nate Diaz.
No, the better fight financially is Mayweather.
Oh yeah, for boxing,
But not even
For
close. No,
sure.
I'm saying for Conor
Oh no,
McGregor.
for sure.
For Conor as a business, that's by far the best fight.
100% agree with you. What I'm saying, and
20 million?
way more than that.
Oh, excuse
Connor?
me, sir.
100 million.
Connor?
Like 100
Probably
million.
100.
100 million each.
And Floyd too?
Ray Borg looks good as fuck.
Yeah, he
man.
does.
He's so fast.
Will they? Khabib and Tony are going to fight again, though, right? Aren't they?
Hopefully.
Tony wants to do it at a catch weight.
Hopefully. But here's the thing, man.
makes sense.
Khabib might not be able to make that weight.
No, that's
Like,
what that and you know, since Kelvin missed weight a couple times and Dana forced him to fight at 185, I mean, it makes sense that Dana goes, dude, you got to do 170 at least once or twice. But
Well, he only missed weight
Tony will
once.
go up in weight to fight him.
Well, he only missed weight once, right?
I thought he would twice.
He missed twice.
And
But
isn't
who else
Tony
did
a
he
huge
who else did he
55
miss it
pounder?
again? Against?
No.
Can you bring
He's
it up?
tall, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not
How tall is he?
bulky. He's like Tony's like 5'10", 5'11".
Okay.
something like
Tony's built perfect for the division.
Yes,
He's
Tony's
long.
perfect at 55.
He's got a lot of muscle, even though he's long. He's very strong. He's excellent in the clinch. I was looking forward to that fight so much.
Broke
man.
my heart.
Well,
Broke my heart.
How big is Khabib? Has Khabib got a huge
Big.
frame?
He's a tank.
No, he doesn't have a nutritionist.
He's not
he
that
doesn't.
tall.
He's not being professional about it.
He's thick.
Did
as
you hear
fuck.
what Tony told
I mean,
him?
to get down to
when he
155?
said, when they're like doing media,
Yeah.
and Khabib was saying something like, "Why do you got your sunglasses on?" He's like trying to say something about his
Yeah.
shades, and
He's
then
like,
he
good
goes,
luck with that weight cut.
Yeah, I hear him breathing. He goes, "Your cardio sucks."
Yeah.
He said, he goes, "Your cardio sucks."
That's what Tony said to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they have to make it at 55 because what do you do with that fucking that interim title?
He
what
said
do
have
you
fun.
do?
He said
because
have
if
fun
Conor
making
does
weight.
fight Floyd, what the? We can't just fucking hang at 55.
But don't you think that that's the fight that has to be made in that division, right? That's the
Khabib
fight.
Tony.
If he can't make 155,
he can. He needs to get real and get a fucking dietitian.
I
a
don't
real
know
one.
what happened to him.
Well, you don't eat tiramisu the week of. I know that.
He did.
On Embedded, and Tony even tweeted out like, for sure don't fucking eat tiramisu.
He really ate tiramisu.
That it was on the Embedded video.
Whoa, that's
Tony smelled it. He was like, "Have fun making weight."
Wow.
I hear you huffing and puffing.
wow.
Your
But
cardio
you have
sucks.
to make that fight, and Khabib can do it. He's made it before without
Yeah,
killing himself.
but we don't know what happened when he had to go to the fucking hospital. They said he was in massive pain. Like,
We also know he didn't
but
go
hold on
through
a
Dr.
second.
Davidson.
Luke Rockhold, you're right, but Luke Rockhold said something. There was some quote that I had read. God damn it! See what they said about what did Habib's corner list as the official issue that was happening to him? He was 6 pounds overweight, right?
Yes.
When he went to the hospital. So
Mm-hmm.
that's huge. That's so heavy. You're so heavy
not
when your
even
body's shutting down. Like you're 6 pounds away and your body's shutting down.
But you know that coming in the week of the fight.
Yeah, but obviously he fucked up with his discipline if he's eating tiramisu. If that's true, that's even more disappointing.
I mean, maybe he just had a bite, but either way, you don't have and I'm not saying it's the answer, you don't have a Mike Dolce or one of these guys who are helping you with your diet, right?
But either
Does
way,
he have
Tony's
one?
Tony's
I don't
down to
think
go
so.
up in weight to fight him.
But you can't
it
do
makes
that.
sense.
Catch
it makes
weight.
sense for
Why not?
Tony. It makes sense for Tony. I mean, he wants to fight this guy, but for the division, it's so weird. It's like, well, what is
It
this
fucks
guy?
the division.
What is this guy? Is
It
he a
puts the entire division
55er?
on hold.
The fight's
yes.
bigger than what the division looks like. That fight needs to happen.
I agree.
That's fair.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's
wanna
fair.
see
It's
that fight.
I
And
have-
And there's all
I
this
have
other
to
shit's
see that
going on.
fight.
Mayweather and Conor, all this other shit.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen.
GSP Bisping,
Here
random.
goes. Here goes. Medical. It says weight management, medical issues. He was treated and has been discharged. That doesn't say what the issue is. This is the official U.S. See if you could find out. I feel like I read an article that was interviewing Luke Rockhold. Rockhold was talking about what happened to
It's on
Khabib.
library.gov.
Did you see Dana though? He goes, if you would have, we maybe could have
Oh,
saved
he's drinking. Who gave him a beer?
This isn't beer.
What is it?
This
a
is
root beer.
root beer.
Oh,
Rut beer. It's a rut
it.
beer.
We almost
Oh, we're
fucked up.
fucked.
Root
Yeah.
free.
It's like someone gave the gremlin water after midnight.
No, but Dana was saying,
It is
he
beer.
goes,
It
we-
is beer.
he
It's
goes,
Is it beer?
one beer.
Oh, it is a beer.
I'm having one now.
It's one
Oh,
beer.
yeah, he's doing it, then I'm
shit.
doing it.
It's one beer. Hey,
God
Brian.
damn it!
I
Why you
knew.
got a copy?
Well,
I got a copy, bro, because
you can't you can't leave a guy drinking by himself.
And that was the moment the wheels fell off the podcast. Okay, here it is. This is what I read. Habib wasn't getting any blood to his liver.
Oh, that
this is
sounds
what Luke
normal.
Rockhold says. Look, that is fucking real bad. So scroll down and let's see what Luke
That's
Rockhold
according
has
to the
to say.
drug?
It says the weight cut wasn't going very well. Khabib was complaining about a pain in his side, and we had to cut short the weight cut. And sure enough, it gets worse overnight, and he had to go to the hospital. Unfortunately, this is the fight I was really looking for, blah, blah, blah. From what I understand, he wasn't getting any blood to his liver, and something went wrong with his weight cut. It's very similar to his last fight, what I understand, and just something went wrong. You never know with these weight cuts, I guess, but I think he's ready to go, and we can rebook this. What?
Is he?
He wasn't getting
Rockhold
blood
is a
to his
manager or
liver.
something?
No, he's a training partner. He's a AKA guy
He's
too.
the 100-pound heavier training partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
So they're from the
obviously-
same gym, yes.
I mean, it obviously ain't 100
When that
pounds.
fight happens,
No, you know what I'm saying? He's a big dude.
What does he walk around at?
Khabib?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know. I don't want to misspeak. I'd assume high 70s.
Yeah. Looks like it, right?
Yeah.
And he ain't fat.
No, they got to make that fight, man.
Yeah, that's the fight.
I'd say that's the maddest I've ever been when a fight fell through. Like when John and Chael thing, I really wasn't that mad. There's been other fights. John, DC, I wasn't that upset. This one, I was pissed, man. I was really upset.
Tony was
Very
on
strange.
fire. His camp, everything was perfect. He was on
Such
fire.
a good fight.